welcome to the Arsenal show. We are live and it's the Crystal Palace versus Arsenal preview. It's the return of Patrick Vieira, the Arsenal legend. But this ain't going to be a happy return for Patrick Vieira. It's going to be sad. We don't want him leaving happy. We want him leaving upset and remembering the good times he used to have at Arsenal. I'm welcomed by our co-host today. It's Steve Cade and Mark. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, how you doing, Kieron? How you doing, Jerome? Looking forward to tomorrow. Big game. Patrick back. Yeah.
But we're not interested in Patrick Vieira coming back. We're interested in smashing Crystal Palace, aren't we?
Paddy, number 4. It's the man who wears the number 4 shirt. Come on, we've got to have a little bit.
He was. How you doing, Jerome?
Yeah, fine. All fine, thanks.
Good. All right, let's get this preview underway. So, team news. Early team news is in, and it's Martinelli is out with a muscular issue, and obviously we know about the long-standing injury of Granit Xhaka, who's not back until New Year. But yeah, let's crack on with the predicted lineup. So, first of all, before we get into the predicted lineup, Steve, what's your first thoughts about the game on tomorrow? Bit worried about it? Got to be slightly cautious, or is it one we there's no option? It's got to be a win, easy win, guaranteed. What is it for you?
Yeah, it's funny how it's so early in the season, but I always seem to keep thinking that every game we need to win, and if we lose, it's there's got to be frictions in the fan base. Everyone will think it will be taking a step backwards. That seems to be the vibe that I'm getting. So I think a win's really important. I don't think any other results will be good enough. But looking at the match, it's not going to be easy again. We say this every week about every single team we play. We say the same thing. Look, this isn't going to be easy. And Crystal Palace are a good side. They're a better side for me than what they was last year. They've made some good signings. With Eduardo coming in. They've obviously got Zaha up there. They've brought Conor Gallagher in, which is who's playing very well. Yeah. And they're sitting at a decent position in the table because they've only lost 2 games and they're a bit of a draw specialist. So Patrick's came in, and for me, he's done really well, and I think it's going to be difficult, mate.
Yeah, Jerome, what's your thoughts on tomorrow's game?
Yeah, really hard game tomorrow. Look, obviously we've had the international break, so a lot of our players obviously have been away as well, which doesn't help things. And like Steve said, Palace have been doing well, and I think there was a survey done recently, and Palace's fans were one of the most sort of optimistic bunch of fans in the league. I think because since Vieira's come in, he's changed the team around a little bit, brought a couple of players in, and yeah, obviously they've had a few decent results. So they obviously beat Spurs at home quite convincingly, and tough game for us tomorrow.
Yeah, apart from the obvious, are there any players in the team that you're worried about? Or is it Lewis? Is it Will Zaha? Is the main man you got to be scared of?
That's the obvious one, isn't it? That's the one that's caused us a bit of damage over the years. Depending on what striker they go with, they could go with, they might play Edouard, they might not. He hasn't really started, I don't think, every game for them. So yeah, no, Zaha's the danger man for Palace.
Yeah. All right, let's get on to the predicted lineup. So, with all being said and all the team news that we've got so far in, Steve, what do you think is the team that Mikel Arteta will go for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty much standard to what it's been over the last 2-3 weeks. It seems to be pretty. They're keeping the team together, which is good. And like you said at the beginning there, Kieron, we've not got too many injuries, so Arteta's able to do that. So yeah, for me it'll be pretty straightforward. Obviously Ramsdale being goal for me. I'll do it as Mikel Arteta. I think he'll do. Tommy Ashew at the back with Gabriel and Ben White and Kieron Tierney. And then it gets a little bit more difficult, don't it? It's you're trying to think what the best formation is to play against Crystal Palace. I think we're playing at home, so I think we should go for it. So personally, for me, I would play Odegaard, but I don't think he will. I think he'll possibly bring in Elneny or Congo to play with Partey, and then he'll play Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Saka, and Aubameyang.
All right. Is there Jerome? Is there anything you'll change? Do you agree with Steve's predicted lineup, or what would you go for? What do you think Mikel Arteta will go for?
Yeah, I think he's got two options basically, two realistic options. He either plays the same team that he played against Brighton when he had Lokonga and Partey, or he doesn't play Lokonga and he plays Odegaard and Smith Rowe in the middle when he puts Saka and Pepe on the wings. They're the two decisions he has to make. Well, that's the one decision he has to make. I would go more attacking. I would play them all. So I'd play Pepe and Saka on the wings, and I'd play Odegaard and Smith Rowe with Partey. I wouldn't play Lokonga.
So you wouldn't go for the double pivot in the middle. You think we've got enough with Partey in there if he just keeps that disciplined anchor role that we could exploit them and still keep that clean sheet.
Yeah, because I think you'd play Odegaard slightly deeper. So you could say that him and Odegaard and Partey would be the double pivot. That's what I would do. But whether Arteta does it, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, it's something that he did against Burnley, and it was quite exciting to see. And I didn't expect that against the Burnley side, especially considering they're very disciplined, and you'd have to match that bare minimum against that side. But I thought we did well, and we could have probably got more out of the game than we actually did. So it'll be interesting to see if he does go with that. Who would you say if that was let's say we went for your lineup, Jerome, and we went more attacking? Who would be the key man for you in that one?
Probably Odegaard.
Yeah.
Because I think if he plays deep, he'd be involved a lot more. He'd sort of dictate the game. Not everything, but a lot would go through Odegaard, and I think he would be key. So that's what I would like to see. But whether or not Arteta does that, it's a bit more risky, isn't it? Because you're playing like a lot more attacking minded players rather than maybe a centre midfield with a bit more of a disciplined head. But yeah, for me, if Odegaard plays a bit deeper, he would be the key man for me.
Steve, in your formation, who do you think would be the key man for you?
Going forward,
attacking
wise, Odegaard. Obviously,
if you think Crystal Palace will be a threat, and we need to watch our backs defensively, and that's going to be where we need to be mindful mostly, or if you think that it could be the midfield who's going to be boshing it about, or even creating more from midfield, it's entirely up to you. This is your key man.
Well, look, I think Aubameyang's got a good game after the last game. I thought he was absolutely awful the last game. I think he's got to, buck his ideas up. He can't keep having this one game off, one game on. And, when he's playing at home against a big team, he decides that he, wants to play to the crowd. I love Aubameyang. I just love him. I've stuck up for him for a long while now, but he has to have a good game for me. And going by what you said just then, by like Crystal Palace and maybe what we have to do, you got to look at Wilfried Zaha. You've got to look at that. He's going to be the guy who's going to cause the problems, and so therefore, on from Arsenal's side, you've got to look at Tommy Ashew having an absolute good game against him. It's going to be a real battle against Tommy Ashew and Wilfried Zaha. So that's one I'll be really keeping my eye on. And I feel if Tommy Ashew can keep him quiet, I think we've got more chances of winning the game. And
is that a battle that you think Tommy Ashew could win, seeing what he's done in early days?
Yeah, I think he could. I have no doubts about that. He could win that. But we all know Wilfred Zaha when he plays against Arsenal, he seems to lift his game up literally another level. If it isn't hard enough as it is playing against him on a normal occasion when we see him play week to week. But he always seems to score against Arsenal. Always seems to play well against Arsenal. So for me, he will have to be stopped. He will have to be stopped. So yeah, key man for me. I'll go the other way. So I'm going to go to key man for Arsenal this week. It's going to be Tomiyasu. I want to see him stop with Wilfried Zaha, and then as I said, like we should go on to have like a nice, comfortable win.
Yes. I completely agree. Jerome, give us your score prediction for the game.
God.
It's hard.
It's hard. I think we'll win. I don't think we'll win by a big margin. I think we'll win 2-1. And I think that Partey will score his first goal.
We do this every time. You know what? I've got to be right. This is going to be Thomas Partey's week.
He scored last week.
Yeah, he scored last week.
So he might be on a roll.
It's a lot of average, isn't it? If you say he's going to score every week, well, you'd think 1 week could be right, but so far not. I think Partey and Aubameyang.
So I didn't hear you score. You've gone for 2-0.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Any chance you're going to give us the Crystal Palace goal scorer?
Maybe one of their centre backs from a set piece.
Oh God, that'll be fun. 1-1 dramatic last minute winner. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I prefer if it's not, but I'll take it.
I think we'd all prefer if it was a 4-0 win or 4-2, and they scored 2 last-minute goals, and it's 4-0 up for the 85 minutes. But it never goes like that.
Yeah.
It never goes like that. Steve, so Jerome's gone for a 2-1 victory for Arsenal. Thomas Partey scoring his first goal, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and a centre-back for Crystal Palace. Who have you got for your score predictions?
Well, I think our defence is getting stronger and stronger by game. I thought they played very well against Brighton as well. I think they got a little bit overlooked at Brighton because we were so bad up front. Many people didn't realise how good our defence was again, and they were excellent. So I'm going to go that we're going to get another clean sheet, and Ramsdale's going to have hopefully not too good a game. Hopefully he's not going to have that much to do. Yeah. So I'm going to go for a clean sheet. And yeah, I think Jerome's right. I think about 2 goals would be about our limit. Aubameyang I worry about, and so I'm going to say the goals are going to come from Pepe and Smith Rowe. We'll have to wait a little while longer for Thomas Partey to give us his John Jensen special, even if it's just one, Thomas.
Don't ever say that. Don't say that, Steve. Take that back now. If anyone doesn't know John Jensen this year, it's probably one of the reasons why George Graham ended up getting the sack. But John Jensen, I think he scored 1 goal. It was an absolute scream. Was it against Chelsea? It was absolute
QPR. I think was it QPR?
It might be.
Yeah,
it was an absolute belter. Yeah, but it was like 1 goal, and he had the worst Jerry Kell perm you'll ever see. Lovely moustache as well. Jerome, before we go, how integral is it for the rest of Arsenal's season that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang starts kicks off his season now and being more consistent?
Yeah, it's massive. It's absolutely massive for Arsenal because we're not a team that scores a lot of goals anyway. And if your main man's not scoring, it's really going to have a big impact on the team's results overall. And yeah, you're just hoping that he finds a bit of form. With Aubameyang, he just needs to score, doesn't he? He doesn't need to have a great game. Doesn't need to be involved in a lot of things, but when he gets a chance, he needs to put them away. So it's massive. It's massive for our season because also if you're looking at sort of who's next in line, then you've got obviously Lacazette who looks like he's off in the summer, and so his sort of motivation and wanting to do well for the team may not be as big as it should be.
And then after that, by the size of his belly.
Yeah, and then after that you've got like really you've got youngsters, haven't you? You've got Martinelli, you've got Balogun. So it's crucial for us with Aubameyang.
Martinelli fit, is he? Is Martinelli fit?
Martinelli's out. Yeah, Martinelli's out. So I'm not sure how long he's out for, but yeah, I'm definitely with you, Jerome. But and then behind that, like you said, you've got Eddie and Ketty, he was in the same situation as Lacazette, but seems like he's got more motivation to do well. Whether that's because he's come through the ranks at the club and there's a bit more sort of respect there. But I see Nketiah in training, and he looks sharp. He looks like he's hungry. Not necessarily looking to tie down an extension of his contract, but potentially just to see out the remainder of his time at Arsenal in a good way, and potentially look for a good move. So I don't know who it would be to sort of be the replacement for Abba if he was to be up or to come out for a game. But yeah, Lacazette's not filling me with inspiration at all. Going by. So before we go, Johnny, regular guest, thanks for joining us. Johnny, he's gone for a 2-0 victory for Arsenal. I asked for the goal scorers. He's given me Saka and Abba and FC Niomas. Thank you for following. You followed us on every platform possible. Respect there. He's gone for a 2-2 prediction. Wow, you're killing me here. He's gone for Emil Smith-Rowe and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Zaha and Odsonne Edouard as the goal. 2 players that Arsenal could have had in their own team right now. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thank you for joining us, Steve.
Welcome, mate.
And thank you for joining us, Jerome.
Yeah, cool. So always good to play on a work day. Then you do your work. Then in the evening, look forward to the game. It's
You're right.
Yeah,
and hopefully they don't ruin our evening. But
Yeah.
make sure you join us for the post-match reaction, which will be straight after the game. We'll get that up. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. Thanks for joining us. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.